Hey guys, and welcome to our final week of Dojo. This week we talked about leadership and how we can set an example for others. Go ahead and check it out.
Throughout the New Testament, we find a great picture of leadership from a man named Paul and his student, Timothy. Paul is the man who wrote much of the New Testament, and from the time he became a Christ follower, he was committed to traveling from town to town, country to country, just to share the good news of Jesus Christ. In sharing this good news, however, Paul didn't have the luxury of using the technology that we enjoy today to assist him in spreading his message out to the world. He couldn't just go on a TV show or go online and share his message over the World Wide Web. He couldn't even pick up a phone to get the word out faster. No, none of that technology was invented back when Paul lived. But while Paul didn't have technology, he did have teachology. You see, Paul understood that if he could lead others and teach them how to share the good news of Jesus by themselves, then they could take the message and spread the good news to others also. Then, a lot more people would hear the news than if he tried to share it all by himself. In Acts chapter 16, Paul embarked on a journey to teach others about Jesus. And on this journey, he invited a young man named Timothy to go with him. Paul and Timothy traveled from town to town. And as they did, Timothy learned from Paul how to preach and lead believers in the church. Well, over the coming months, Paul and Timothy traveled to many cities together. And each city brought about a new experience for Timothy to learn from Paul. In some cities, they would preach. In others, they would work with the leaders of the church to make sure that they were running the church in a way that would please God. In some places, the people loved and welcomed them. In other places, the people got very mad at them for sharing the news of Jesus. But whether the situation was good or bad, Paul continued to teach and lead Timothy. Why, even when they weren't traveling together, Paul still took opportunities to teach Timothy by writing him letters. In Paul's first letter to Timothy, which we now know as the book of 1 Timothy in our Bibles, Paul tells him,
Timothy, my son, here are my instructions for you. May they help you fight well in the Lord's battles.
In this letter, Paul went on to lead and instruct Timothy. He taught Timothy how to pray for people, what qualities to look for in leaders of the church, and how to pursue a righteous, godly life. Part of what made Paul a great leader was that he didn't just teach Timothy so that Timothy could follow him around and work for him. No, Paul was teaching Timothy so that he could in turn around and lead and teach others on his own. In fact, Paul tells Timothy in a second letter to him,
You have heard me teach things that have been confirmed by many reliable witnesses. Now, teach these truths to other trustworthy people who will be able to pass them on to others.
In this letter, Paul was telling Timothy, I have taught you so that you can go and teach and lead others, who will then go out and teach and lead others, who will then go out and teach and lead others, who will, well, I think you get the picture. Paul was a great leader in Timothy's life because Paul took the time to teach him. And because Paul taught Timothy, Timothy became a leader as well. And he went out and taught others too.
Also, don't forget this weekend we are going to see Kung Fu Panda 2. It's on May 29th, and we will be meeting at UltraStar Cinemas. The showing that we will be going to is at 7:45, so if you guys want to come, you're welcome to. Bring your families and join us. Also, don't forget, next weekend is promotion weekend. Make sure you are prepared to get wet. We will have lots of water stuff. If you are in 2nd grade going into 3rd grade, you are moving up to Elevate next weekend. And if you are in 5th grade going into 6th grade, you are leaving us and going to the garage. Also, don't forget about Kids Camp. There's some more stuff on this website. Go ahead and check it out, and we will see you guys next weekend.
I'm having way too much fun. Keeps getting better. It feels so good. Makes me want some more. Having way too much fun. Never ever. too much fun.